What's going on, my YouTube fam? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Omar Pineda, your Austin realtor with eXp Realty, and today I have a treat for you. We are back in the city of Taylor, Texas, in a brand new community called Spring Creek, and the builder we're looking at is Brightland Homes. Now, right here, what makes this house so special, it's 2 for 1, and you'll find out what I mean here in a second. So this main house has the 4 bedrooms. And let me see here now. It's a Trinity floor plan. It has 4 beds and 4 baths. But the garage that you see that's detached on the second floor, it has a second floor living suite. So if you've been looking for a home that has like a casita, a mother-in-law suite, like a separate bedroom altogether, and I'm talking about full bedroom where you have the kitchen, living space, and a bedroom, then this floor plan is going to check all those boxes. Now, this is professionally staged and one of the models here at Spring Creek for Brightland Homes, so you can see how beautiful everything is laid out. It's stunning, absolutely stunning. I love the exposed wood beams. I love the color of the cabinetry. Now, I'm fairly confident in saying that these are all upgrades. This is beautiful. Usually for Brightland Homes, I've seen a lot more of the neutral kind of lighter tones, but I love that kind of wooden texture for the cabinetry. And let's see here now. The Trinity floor plan for all my matrix lovers. This floor plan starts in the low 300s at 309,990, and it does have a bedroom on the first floor. Let me see here now. It has a bedroom on the first floor, and it has the remaining bedrooms on the second floor. I'm gonna put my phone on silent here. So we're talking about 4 beds and 4 baths in total, 1,900 square feet. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but you can see how they designed it, especially with the flow of the floor plan. It works. It works. So you have a walk-in closet on the first floor. This bedroom on the first floor would be great for my guests, my stay-in guests, especially for the grandparents who don't necessarily want to take the stairs to go to their bedroom. So this is perfect. A lot of buyers want at least 1 bedroom on the first floor for that reason. Now, this is a nice little extra storage area, and I know storage is always a big plus. We do have the laundry room on the first floor, even though the primary is on the second floor. So that might throw some people off, but hey, if we can make it work, let's make it work. Full bath on the first floor. Again, this would be a nice ensuite bath for that bedroom, but also this does not have a powder room, so this would be like the common use bathroom, the general bathroom if you had people here entertaining. Now, there are currently 2 of these floor plans available for sale, starting at $359,990. So mid 300s here. Here's a nice visual of the open concept. What do we think of this open concept? Do we like it? Is the dining room too small? I mean, for 1,900 square feet, you would have to get a certain table and a certain furniture in the living room for it to work, because it isn't the most grandest space at 1,900 square feet. But think of it this way. Even though it's less square footage, that's less home you have to clean. I definitely see a trend of smaller homes being picked up because there's less home to clean, less energy bills, and people are just making do with less, which is nice to see. See, upstairs we have like this nice, they call it a loft. It's 10 foot by 9, so not the biggest loft, but it's nice to have a loft anyways on a 2-story. 2 stories are always nice because it has that either a loft or a game room upstairs, which buyers love. So here we're walking into the primary bedroom. Again, it's so nice when you tour the model because everything's staged, and it really gives a good picture of, how big the room is when you look at the furniture. I know if you're walking into an empty home, it's kind of very hard to gauge the size of it without any furniture. So here's a nice, beautifully designed master bathroom. I mean, you can see all the upgrades. These are very nice finishes. And then you have a nice window there at the toilet, which is never a bad thing. Get some natural light. How about some natural light? Now, this does not have a tub. So for my shower people, you're winning. Nice walk-in closet. How do we feel about that? I know it's just such a preference. I've met buyers that don't do baths and they just prefer showers, and I met buyers that want both and they need to have both. So it's just such a preference for folks. Nice linen closet. Again, 4 beds, 4 baths. You typically don't see that. I usually see a lot of combinations for 4 beds, 2 baths, 4 beds, 2.5 baths. But to have 4 beds and 4 baths, that's so nice. More bathrooms in Texas means a better value for your home, and I think it will just age and appreciate that much more nicer. Now check out this walk-in closet. This is a pretty big walk-in closet, and it's not even the primary bedroom. This is bedroom number. This is the only yeah, it's the only second bedroom upstairs. Yes. I love how they staged it as a nice nursery. I mean, you can get some really good ideas from all the professional staging for your home. Beautiful. Okay, so some quick facts about the community. A pretty decent tax rate at coming in at 2.12. That's not too shabby. It's better than 2.5. Let's see. HOA is $54. This is a natural gas community. That's a big plus. This community belongs to Taylor ISD. And if you have a kid in elementary school or middle school, then this community would be very, very ideal, because even high school it's a little bit further away, but I think it's not by much, within 15, 20 minutes for sure. The big draw for this community is Samsung. If you're looking for a brand new home in that's near Samsung in Taylor, Texas, you've probably seen what is it? I think it's Dream Finders, and one more community that's super close to Samsung. It's like right down the road from Samsung, but this one I would say is like 10, 15 minutes away, so a little bit further out, but still within that 15 minutes of convenient window for folks. But the floor plans here cannot even touch or compare to the Dream Finders or those homes out there. Can't even compare, especially once you see what this second floor suite looks like. Now we are in the garage. Remember, it's detached. Okay, so that's a 2-car garage. You have like this nice little extra storage space. That's because that's where the stairs are located to get to that second floor. Then we saw where the water heater was located. Right there on the right is like the control panel for your irrigation that you'll get in the front and back. And it's a completed garage with the garage door opener, which is always a plus. Sometimes garage door openers aren't always there. You can ask for them. In this buyer's market, you can definitely get that and the home appliances as part of an incentive. Now, here is that second floor living suite, and we're on top of the garage. One thing I didn't ask is if that garage door is insulated, because if it's not insulated, then this room can get pretty hot. But look at how well they designed this. I mean, I've seen a bunch of casitas, mother-in-law suites, just a separate living quarters for if you plan on having like a multi-generational home. But I've never seen it quite done this way on top of the garage. And I think they did a phenomenal job, because usually in a casita or living suite, you usually just have like the bedroom, the dining space, and the bathroom. This one has a full kitchen. A full kitchen. I was blown away. Well done, Brightland Homes. Well done. You should do this in more communities, because I definitely see a trend of more builders at least having the option to build over the garage, another, like, almost think of it as a studio or an apartment kind of style, where you have your full kitchen, living space, and bedroom, and full bath, which is really, really nice. I know with affordability and especially multi-generational homes becoming a little bit more popular, with having the grandparents, the family, and what have you stay all under one roof, having the separation is going to be so key for everybody getting along, right? So you can make this work. Look how beautiful this is. You can make this work. I know when I saw this, I'm like, I can even see myself in this. I almost would prefer this second floor suite over the garage than staying in the main house. You feel me? Now look at it, just well done with the staging too. I love that wallpaper. That reminds me of, like, what is that artist? Almost, is it Picasso, or is it another like more mainstream artist that's alive today that I've seen? I forget that artwork. But it's a very unique signature. The design of the wallpaper, at least, it definitely rings a bell. Anyways. Again, a big draw to this community is how close it is to Samsung. They're building a major semiconductor plant in Taylor, Texas. And not just in Taylor, Texas, but in Hutto, which is the next city over. All the surrounding areas is going to blow up when Samsung is in full-blown production. And they're definitely getting closer to that. They just recently announced a huge partnership with Tesla. And that's just going to give more confidence to everybody that, hey, build, because the demand's going to come. So this is a amazing Again, you have the main house, then you have the back house, you have the 2-car garage, 4 beds, 4 bath, and all at a price point under, I believe, 400,000, if I'm not mistaken. And you just cannot find that. Also, if you were to find that in Leander, Liberty Hill, Round Rock, or Georgetown, you'd easily be over 600,000, easily. But you're gonna get this at in the mid fours, if not under 400,000. That's not too shabby at all. So here's a nice drone shot of the surrounding area. This is a small community. They're not going to have any amenities. And but there is a big public pool for the city of Taylor that they're doing a bunch of rehab. They're upgrading the pool, and I did happen to go check it out. So if you've stuck this long to the video, then I will link it in the description so you can see what that looks like. So you can kind of see they're off in that distance, in that direction. That's where Samsung is. Okay, and so this was the floor plan called the Trinity. Love that, for especially if you're into the Matrix. And again, it is so unique because it has the main house, and it has that second floor living suite over the garage. And as you can see here, there's 2 floor plans available at the time of this recording that you can purchase. And let me just fast forward here. Yes, under 400,000 at 359,990. That is a steal. That is a steal. Because I know I've seen that exact same kind of similar floor plan in Leander, Liberty Hill, Round Rock for almost starting in the 600 and north of that. So you are getting in at a phenomenal price because Taylor, Texas is emerging. It's not a whole lot going on there yet. It's a very small town vibe, very small town feel. So that's something that you're gonna have to you could consider when purchasing. But you're not too terribly far from everything. Let me show you here on the map where this sits, so you can kind of have an idea. Okay, so here we go. Here's Taylor, Texas, right? It has like a main street here that reminds me of Round Rock, if you've ever been to their downtown area. And it has like the classic old red brick. And Taylor, Texas is actually really, really famous. There's a bunch of movies that have been filmed here. I think, what was that one? It'll come to me. It's that famous one with Matthew McConaughey when he goes, all right, all right, all right. Dazed and Confused. That's it. I think a scene was filmed here in Taylor, Texas. So Taylor, Texas is famous in its own right. Let's see here now. So this is Spring Creek by Brightland Homes. And as you can see, you have the elementary and middle school here. That's very, very close. That's almost next to nothing of a commute. And so the convenience would be there. And then here's Taylor High School. So again, not terribly far. And then if you work here, look at these 3 major projects happening sandwiched in between Hutto, Texas and Taylor, Texas, right? You have Samsung, right? You have this chemical plant. Now, I know that sounds scary. Every time I say that, people freak out. Now, because again, I understand like accidents can happen. What if it spills into the water? I know that's definitely a reality and a possibility, but just knowing how I attend a lot of meetings for that have the city mayor, the school superintendent, and all these officials when I go to my board meetings, and I know for Taylor, Texas, they're being very, very intentional about their growth. So they're trying to grow, but they're not trying to grow so crazy fast where they take shortcuts. Okay, so that gives me confidence that if and when this eventually rolls out, this chemical plant, let me see. Let's see. It's a chemical plant, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, a phosphoric acid plant, which makes sense because it's going to help out Samsung. There's going to be this Samsung effect where, Samsung's the big player, but there's going to be all these smaller and medium businesses that are going to be moving here. And it's already started to happen to support Samsung. And then this acid plant is a result of all that. So that's something to consider, something to keep in mind. And this Hutto mega site, which is going to be a data center. It's like a, let's see here now. I'm kind of curious myself because I haven't seen this article in a while. Officials move forward with large data center. This was in 2023. So data centers is going to be, and semiconductor is going to be Texas for sure. That's going to be, I think that's what, there's a huge confidence in the Texas economies because we have the space and the infrastructure and we're very business friendly for AI, semiconductor chips, and data centers. So you're going to have that sandwich in between, but it's not terribly close. It's not like you can see it from this community, right? And then, but again, with Samsung and all these businesses here, that's going to drive prices up eventually because this is going to bring jobs. This is going to bring jobs. This is going to help with your property taxes because they're going to pay into the local taxes from from corporate. So these are all big pluses in my book. And let's see, anything else I wanted to mention? Again, it's major highways. If you're going south, I mean, you have 95. If you want to go to Elgin, and from Elgin, you can go to Austin. But if you are planning to move up here, I doubt you would probably want to work down. You would work down there. It'd be convenient if you worked for Samsung, because of just the traffic to get all the way downtown from up here, because this is way up there. You can see Austin, Taylor. It's not very close. That's not convenient. I could definitely find you a closer new neighborhood, because all these orange icons. Let me zoom out here. It's pretty crazy, huh? All these orange icons are builders building in the Austin area. So there's a lot of stuff happening. Lots of moving parts. Let me just take away the schools so you can kind of see, because it's a little bit. I know it's a little busy. Okay. Take away the schools, and then there you go. Look at that. There's a lot of new construction happening. Lots of new construction happening. Crazy. Now, I would say Taylor, Texas doesn't have they have a bunch of barbecue. That's for sure. If you want to try Texas barbecue, then Taylor, Texas is going to be. They have a couple of good spots that are very, very famous for you to try. So let's see. Okay, so why should you work with me? I know there's a lot of real estates out there to choose from, but as you can see from my YouTube channel, I live and breathe new construction. I tour homes all the time, and I stay up to date to keep a pulse on the new construction marketplace here in Austin, Texas. And I say that because with understanding how the incentives work, knowing what we can negotiate and how to push, so we can get you the best terms in a community that you love with the floor plan that you love. It's all these things are possible. You can find affordable homes here in Austin, Texas, that especially when you include the builder incentives, they are really making it easy to find affordable homes, because they can buy down that interest rate, and you're coming to the closing table with almost next to nothing. That's a very real possibility for you, because that's how good the incentives are, right? On top of that, they're throwing things like home appliances, garage door openers. I mean, the list can go on and on, but you have to know and keep up with it, because these incentives come and go, and if you're not paying attention, then you're not going to know what to ask for. And that's where I come in, because I've been paying attention for the last 4 years since I started my career in real estate, especially focusing on new construction. I keep a pulse on the marketplace here. So that is a huge reason to hire me, because there's so much nuance when it comes to real estate, and you have to kind of really dig into one kind of niche and just go all in so you can become super knowledgeable. And new construction is definitely where I fit in. You feel me? Let's see here now. So I'll have all my information linked in the description. Call or text me if you're looking to move for right away. But if your timeline is a little bit longer, right? Let's say you're looking at 90 days plus, or maybe early next year, because the uncertainty of everything. I know there's a lot of uncertainty in the marketplace when it comes to jobs, and going back to work, and the remote work kind of going away. But hey, a discovery call, we can take a deep dive into your situation and see if, like, hey, do I have anybody that can help you? Because I don't work alone. I have a bunch of smart people that in credit repair, mortgage lending, creative financing, you name it. I have someone, and if I don't have anybody, I'll find somebody, right? That's the type of person I am. I am a problem solver, result oriented person. Okay. And that's, and when I work with my clients, they see that, and they feel that. So, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I really appreciate that. And hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up with all things new construction. Let's see here now. And my name is Omar Pineda. I'm your Austin realtor with eXp Realty. Thanks for watching, and then I'll catch you in the next one.